Theresa Maher from Jobbing.com is here. Obviously, there's a wrong way to do this.
Right. There is definitely a wrong way to do this. You don't need
that
to be
would be
memorable.
the wrong way, right?
Yes, I wouldn't sing that song on your way out the door. But there's definitely some positives to moving. I mean, people move for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's pay, maybe it's different culture fit, and sometimes people are just changing industries. As you said, the economy is looking great right now, so people have different opportunities. But there's definitely a way to do this where you don't have to burn your bridges on the way out.
So that's the bad thing to do, is just to walk out.
You're already leaving. So at what point does it make sense to leave on a negative note? So the first thing I would focus on is make sure that your boss finds out from you first. So don't go around talking to coworkers and let it get to them before you have the opportunity to talk to them. And we know that there's technology all over the place today and people are communicating that way, but this is really an in-person conversation that needs to happen at this point. So make sure that you take the time to sit down as more of a respect and a courtesy to your boss and have that face-to-face.
That's scary to do so.
It is uncomfortable. It's like a breakup. So you know, unfortunately, it's the right thing to do is to sit down in person. But if you've been communicating with your employer, with your needs and what you want out of your job, if you're leaving, it probably isn't a surprise. If you're leaving correctly anyway. So making sure that you do everything you can to salvage that job, and if you're at the point of leaving, keeping it short, you know, not running on about all the things you didn't like, you did like, where you're going, all of that. Keep it short, keep it professional, you know, and make sure, again, doing that face-to-face.
Good, okay. In your research, does it show that people are sticking with their profession or just trying something totally different and new?
You know, I think it depends. There are a lot of different opportunities available, so a lot of people have the opportunity to move around, but people are at a good point now where they can actually explore other options. So if they want to switch over and try a new role, a new field entirely, a lot of people are doing that today, but sometimes they're just moving up within a certain career and they might hit a certain ceiling or go to a bigger company, and even culture fit as another big driver. So you're not feeling successful, you're not feeling like that team is necessarily the right place for you.
Maybe you don't feel like you fit into that culture.
Yeah. What fields would you say, looking at your research, are like the new up and coming, the ones that are hiring right now?
Sure, a lot of it's computer based. So we see a lot in the computer programming, a lot on the IT side, even the design world is really growing right now. And a lot of those industries that organizations, regardless of their focus, need. So healthcare is always big as well, but a lot of it's going to be on the computer side.
Out of time, but I got to get this question in. If you don't have a job now, if you quit and you're out of the job market, what are your tips for getting back in? Because that can be difficult. Definitely.
You want to go out and talk to as many people as possible. So get face-to-face, join local associations in the industry, talk to everyone in your network, and really sit down and get that face-to-face interaction that's going to help you practice those interviews and hopefully open the door to a new connection.
Because you know, the thing, one of the worst things you could do, I've often felt, is quit your job before you have a new job. And then you're out there without a job, right? And that's difficult for an employer to hire you if you're not working.
Yeah, I mean, always have a plan. Sometimes you don't know how much notice you have to give if you have a specialized role. 2 weeks is standard, but sometimes it's a little bit longer, or sometimes other circumstances make you leave sooner. But definitely making sure that you either have something lined up or you have a really good line of different plans that you can do, or you can afford to have that time. I think a few weeks is fine to be out of work, but if you go for an extended period of time, it could be a red flag for an employer.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, Theresa, thank you so much.
Thank you.